Namaste to all. Thank you for visiting my channel. I am Shekhar Ganagaluru. If you are not yet subscribed to my channel, please do it now as it boosts my energy to come up with more and more videos. In this video, we will be understanding the major changes reflecting in IR Code 2020 based upon the recommendations report of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Labour submitted on IR Code 2019. The Industrial Dispute Act 1947 provides for a mechanism and machinery for settlement of disputes through conciliation, industrial tribunals, as well as provisions relating to strike, compensation, and notice and permission before retrenchment, closure, layoff, etc. The Trade Unions Act 1926 deals with registration of trade unions, their rights, obligations, and so on. The Industrial Employment Standing Orders Act 1946 relates to the model standing orders for establishments having 100 and more employees. The Industrial Relations Code 2019 intends to include the three industrial acts after simplifying and rationalizing the relevant provisions contained therein. The codification of the above labor laws by consolidation of relevant provisions at one place aims at facilitating the implementation and removing the multiplicity of definitions and authorities without compromising. The code proposes to bring transparency and accountability in the enforcement of labor laws, which would lead to better industrial relations and thus higher productivity. The ease of compliance of labor laws would promote setting up more enterprises, thus catalyzing the creation of ample employment opportunities in the country. The Industrial Relations Code 2019 was introduced in Lok Sabha on November 28, 2019 and referred to the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Labour for its examination on December 23, 2019. In the process of examination of the code, the committee invited the views, suggestions from the trade unions, organizations, individuals and stakeholders and received around 40 views and suggestions. The committee took oral evidence of the representatives of the Ministry of Labour and Employment on 9th January and 4th March 2020, besides obtaining written clarifications from them on some major amendments proposed. The committee also took oral evidence from the stakeholders and submitted its report to the Honorable Speaker of Lok Sabha on 23rd April 2020. The Ministry, after thorough examination of the committee report, accepted a few of the recommendations and a few major changes. The major changes made in the pursuance of recommendations of the report of the Parliamentary Standing Committee on Labour that are reflected in Industrial Relations Code 2020 are the following. These changes are consolidated by Mr. B.C. Prabhakar, Advocate and Management Consultant, BCP Associates, and I am sharing the same here with his consent. The major changes reflecting in IR Code 2020 are the definition of appropriate government has been modified. The metro has been included in the definition of railways. The wage ceiling for the supervisor to remain as a worker has been raised from Rs 50k to Rs 18k per month. The definition of fixed-term employment has been modified to include that a worker would be eligible for gratuity if he renders service under the contract of fixed-term employment for a period of 1 year. Termination of service of a worker on the ground of continued ill health has been excluded from the definition of retrenchment. The concerted mass casual leave by 50% or more workers with the intention to stoppage of the work would now be construed as strike. The word intention to stoppage of the work has now been added. Individual grievances relating to non-employment will be excluded from the purview of Grievance Redressal Committee. The limitation period for raising of any dispute for Grievance Redressal Committee has been decreased from 3 years to 1 year, so as to create a balance between the right of employee and the worker. Individual cannot raise grievance, rather than it is the trade union through which he can raise grievances. The term of the office bearer of the trade union has been increased to 3 years. The criteria for recognition of negotiating union has been reduced from the proposed 75% to 51% in an industrial establishment. The period of agreement for recognition of negotiating council will be mutually decided as per agreement between employer and trade union, but subject to maximum tenure of 5 years. If the employer adopts the model standing orders of the central government, then the model standing orders would be deemed to be certified. The power to appoint expert or assessor has been vested with the tribunal rather than appropriate government. The time period for raising the dispute has been reduced from 3 years to 2 years relating to raising of dispute before the conciliation officer. Full payment of wages has been mandated during the pendency of cases in High Court or Supreme Court filed by employer as was in earlier in ID Act. The threshold for seeking prior approval of the appropriate government for layoff, retrenchment and closure has been increased from 100 to 300. The recommendation regarding non-delegation of powers to the state government to modify the threshold has not been accepted. These are few major changes incorporated in IR Code 2020 based upon the report submitted by the Committee on IR Code 2019. Thank you for watching.